Dear Diary, I lost my diary, so I'm writing this on 7 different paper plates. Last week was a journey, in my opinion. Me and Delilah and Papa, well, I call him Uncle, but I'm going to call him Papa. We went out to go see a lake, and it was a beautiful lake. We saw so many things. We also discovered an axe in the lake, which apparently was the weapon that murdered Delilah. And then I reunited with my dog, Lucky, when he was dragging my dead mom. That was a unique reunion, in my opinion. Other than that, 3 of the other people, Posey, Amber, Zip, and Lucky, went to go talk to Pendleton. And honestly, I think that they're all just having a real good time. Pendleton is really fun, and I think that they're all just, I think they're playing darts, some beer pong. Connect 4 is also really fun. Anyway, welcome to Murder, She Rolled.
I'm taking my time. What's the use in running? I've been taking it all with a grain of salt. Ain't a sweet thing coming. I've got a silver gun in my pocket and some metal for the ferryman. So an old man dad's called Bone coming knocking, I'll knock him to the devil's hands.
Hi, welcome to Murder, She Rolled, episode 5.
Yo.
I am Hope Vandermyden. I play Delilah Winthrop. She's 4'11", a redhead, raging, mad, pissed off. She's figuring out some things a little bit more this episode, and I think she's actually starting to like you guys a little bit, but you guys should know that, but I think she's starting to like you guys a little bit, so. Actually, I don't think she is at all. I think she's gonna hate you.
That's not going to dissuade me.
Hi there, my name is Shona Kay. I am actually from the UK. This is not a fake accent, but nobody actually accused it of being.
How dare you?
You know what? Now I'm going to be accusing you. Have you been lying this whole time, Shona?
I feel a lot of suspicion all the time.
She's from Nebraska.
I play the character Amber Ziffindale. She is known belovedly by all of her friends as Zippy, except she doesn't have any friends. She's trying to make some friends with these lovely people, but there's some issues we've got going on. We're working them through, all right? Just hang in there.
Hey everyone, I'm Alan Seawright. I'm a professional YouTuber and filmmaker type person. I play Lucky Kurtzel, who is a half-elf ranger. He's got a dark, twisted past and a shiny, shiny spear.
Ooh.
And also trust issues.
Oh.
Don't we all?
Well, my name is Stacey Harkey. I am a director of marketing and a nonprofit consultant. Actually, real life.
Wait, that's your job?
Those are other things I do. Yeah.
And about you.
Yeah, I know, right? I was like, maybe I should
processor.
say something different this time. And I play the character Posey Borgion, who is, I want to say highfalutin, but if I say that, it has to be in like a southern accent, right?
You can't say highfalutin.
He is a highfalutin.
There it is.
He's a highfalutin upper society gentleman who loves to get to know people and get the secrets also, but in a more overt way than like Zippy, right? A little political, yeah.
Hey! Now I'm starting over.
Well, we made it one word in.
Hi, my name is Ethan Vandermyden, and I'm playing the character of Edwin what is it? Winthrop.
Winthrop.
See, nailed that. Winthrop. And how would I describe Edwin? Edwin is not with the program half the time, but he's a lovable character, fun, goofy, a warm light in this dark.
Oh.
Yeah, his mom died. Yeah. So that was sad.
And I am David Sant. I run the world like Beyonce taught me, and this is Murder, She Rolled. I don't know if this is going to stay in the podcast, but I realized this week that we've accidentally fallen into a category with the excellent films Princess and the Frog and Soul, in which we have a fascinating black protagonist with a lot of good things going for him, and then is suddenly not black halfway through for the majority of the plot.
Wait, who's not black?
To be fair, he didn't lose his blackness. He
I'm
lost
invisible.
His entire ability to reflect light.
I was like, wait, am I not black anymore?
Character change.
Black is as a state of mind. Yeah. I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, so nobody come after us. That's not something we did on purpose. I promise it was an accident. We're not trying to erase blackness in the media.
Lithuania was like too much diversity. We were like, we'll make him invisible. For anyone who doesn't know, we were the number one podcast in Lithuania.
We will do anything for you, Lithuania.
Oh,
right
just
in.
wait.
We'll change the plot. I'll do anything. I'll kill these guys off if you ask.
Okay, any of you name the capital of Lithuania right now?
Lithuania City.
Don't look it up.
I've been looking up Lithuania facts for that exact reason, and I skipped that one.
All right,
What is it?
it's Vilnius. Here we go.
Oh, I did see that.
So you guys climb up the ladder to see what is hidden in the tower. And just as you move out into the darkness, Posey hears just a tiny noise coming from the pram.
I immediately pull out a butter knife and re-slit his throat as best I can. Immediately.
Dang. Okay, roll for attack because he's conscious.
Conscious, but bound.
But bound, hogtied, naked.
No, he's got
and
knickers
shackled.
on. I put his underwear back on
roll
him.
for
I'm
attack.
not an animal.
12.
Dang it. Okay, that's enough. So, in the middle of the
I guess
breath.
he's all hog-tied, yeah.
Yeah, like, he doesn't have an armor class. He's naked.
That's right. Down to his skivvies, his little Pendleton birthday
Pants are
suit.
on. Yeah.
So, slight redactment to the noise Pendleton makes. It's a little bit more like... As you jam that butter knife exactly back into the spear wound and just sort of wiggle it around until he stops moving.
And I leave it there.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
So you leave it there and you notice this time with the knife still inside the wound, he is not healing. And after a few seconds, his body begins to shake just a little bit. And that shaking gets more and more violent and faster and faster and faster. And then with an explosion, this wave of dark material shoots out of every orifice in his body. And for a few seconds, it tries to enter you. So I'm just gonna...
Does it know where I am?
It can't see you, but it can sense you.
I've never had this situation, but I react like a fire, and I stop, drop, and roll. I just hit the ground. I'm like...
Okay, we're gonna do a contested dexterity. So make a dexterity roll, and I'm gonna roll for it.
Mind you have one dead leg. This is flying.
No one can see it, though. Okay, I roll for dexterity.
Yeah,
16.
I got a 2.
That's like that little entity never planned for an old fire tactic.
The entity's like, what in the
Like,
actual
how do I get an orifice when he's rolling so much?
and invisible?
Yeah, the ancient force of the emissary is completely unprepared for fire safety training, and so
It tries to inhabit the broom.
yeah, this creature starts to try to force its way into your body through your mouth, but you're able to move just fast enough to stay out of its way. And while it does keep attempting, you can tell that the longer it exists in this form, the harder it is to stay in one place. And so this mass, this wave, after a few seconds of struggling to take you over, suddenly becomes ejected from the man, and you can see almost like a dome of magical energy forcing this thing outward like a Patronus charm. And just with this massive whoosh, this thing is launched off of the property, and it makes a sound very similar to the sound when you guys crossed onto the property back in episode 2. And that thing that Lucky saw smashed into the barrier guarding the property.
Like, I look at Pendleton. I check on him to see what state he's in.
What you see is the 100-year-old remains of a rotted corpse.
Guys?
So can I hear there's a little bit of a kerfuffle going on. I'm behind Lucky walking up the stairs, and so I just pop my head back down through the gap a bit, and I go, all right, Posey? All right, my darling? Everything all right down there?
And what she sees is me pulling the corpse out of the body and assuming my position in this comfy little pram.
I just see
As
a
I say-
100-year-old corpse fly out of the pram. He's not got his broom. It's laying on the floor over there.
You see him pick like the last bit of rotten flesh out of the pram and like snuggle in.
Posey?
You can't see him snuggle.
No, I can't see him.
just
You see a depression in the...
Just floating
The pram just nestles itself, and I'm like, Posey, Posey? Because I can see your broom on the floor, so I'm a little concerned.
And just to make a long story short, homie came back to life. I tried to reopen the wound. Entity came out, but your boy stopped, dropped, and rolled for his life.
Is that what that sound was?
That's what that sound was. A lot of flumping and flailing.
Oh, man, I was having PTSD flashbacks.
Oh, so now I don't know how we're going to sacrifice this thing over the altar, but hey, I got my pram back.
Well done. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
I never had a doubt.
Hey, I'm a fighter.
I knew it.
So I poke my head like over the hole from the opposite side as Zippy. So we're both just looking down at this seemingly empty pram, and I go, "How the hell are we supposed to get that up here?"
You know what? I'm just fine down here. Don't even worry.
I look around for some rope.
You look around the room and you find a hell of a lot more than just rope.
Oh dear.
You see in this room what the actual study was supposed to be. You see the room is filled with scientific instruments, a second library of books that look a little bit more arcane and potentially helpful than the other ones that you saw. And you see a large telescope pointed out into the sky, out of the window of the tower of the Winthrop Mansion.
Is there an orrery?
A what?
You know what? Why not?
Yeah!
Why not?
Okay, explain.
It's one of those old-timey steampunk like brass things that has all the planets on it, and you can spin it and they all rotate around each other.
Important.
Yeah, you know what? It fits the vibe of this room.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to give you one. You know what?
Yay!
You search the room, you find some rope. There is going to be a way to pull them up into this room.
Okay, I hop down deftly, and I loop the ropes around the pram, and I go up and I rig a
Police
block
system.
and tackle system.
Nice.
And I loft Posey up into the room, and I'm like, okay, I don't know what that thing is, but it looks really cool. So I just sort of push the pram over to the orrery. And I'm like, what is that, Posey?
And as he pushes me towards it, I, after watching him do all that, just say, I probably could have got up the ladder by myself, but I really appreciate that.
Yeah, we didn't need the pram up here.
You just really wanted Lucky to feel physical contact.
I was like, you know what? We love each other by serving each other, so thanks for that. I roll over to the orrery.
Orrery.
Oh, no D. Orrery.
Yep.
And I make a face of disgust as I say that word out loud. Whoever named it. I'm assuming this isn't important, but is there anything significant about this orrery?
Yes.
That might be tied to where the telescope is pointing.
You notice that this has all the planets in the solar system that you're familiar with, including Toril, the planet that you're on, and the sun that you revolve around. But you notice there is an additional body in the solar system set way far out, and it's this tiny purple object, much farther out than any of the other planets, but moving much faster as the orrery spins around in a circle.
Oh. And I remember diving into the book about this faraway planet called
The Star of
Kaifon.
Right? Is that what it's called?
It
It's
is.
the purple star of Kaifon.
This is Kaifon itself.
Interesting.
Can I look where we don't want to move the telescope at all.
Right.
So I just want to look and see
Just
what it's
peek
already
through the
been
telescope.
poking at.
Okay, so you look through the telescope.
I do. I place my eye. I don't move it at all because I want to know exactly what it has been looking at. Do I notice around any charts, any information letting me know what they've been using it for?
Yeah, definitely. You can see the charts around the telescope mostly have to do with the moon, but you can see a lot of pages that look similar to what Posey found in the Key of Stars. But everything in this room has to do with the moving of planets and the acquiring of arcane warlock lore and spell capabilities. Do you
Okay.
look through the telescope?
Yeah.
Okay, make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, not good. 9. 8 plus 1.
It's extremely bright through this telescope, so you can't probably make out as much as you would hope. But you see that this telescope is directly pointed toward the rising moon. And as the moon rises, you can see this faint, tiniest purple object. And the moon and this purple object are ever so slowly approaching each other towards alignment. But the longer you stare through this telescope, you can feel almost as if your mind's eye is being sucked towards this purple object, straight past the moon, out into space, and you are brought to face the very essence of Kaifon itself. And the purple undulating mass of this star is enough to unravel your mind at the seams. It seems to be right in the room with you, but also a million miles away. It seems to know all and see all and get inside your mind and whisper your own secrets to you, the things you've been trying to hide from the rest of the party. And the longer you look, the harder it becomes to see. And I'm going to have you take a D6 of psychic damage.
Ouch! 5.
Okay, yeah. So you take 5 psychic damage from that and are forced to peel yourself away from the telescope. Before you can still hear just the echoes of Kaifon whispering inside your head for a few seconds after you pull yourself off the floor.
I run over to Zippy and I go down on one knee and start to help her up. And I'm like, "Are you okay? Do you need help?
You're right.
What did you see?" I think I saw that too.
And I look as if I'm like mine unraveling at the seams. First time.
We all take a very intuitive moment and gaze into one another's eyes, having shared this trauma together.
Well, we gaze into each other's eyes and then we look at an empty pram.
I'm like, guys, I'm over here.
He's already got out of the pram and has walked somewhere else.
I do, while that was happening to Zippy, I do a little check-in with the voice in my head to see if I hear anything different.
So you notice that while Shona was making direct contact with Kaifon, the whispers did become louder to you, but almost as if they were emanating through Zippy to you.
Interesting.
Roll a insight to see if you can garner anything interesting.
Inside. Ooh, 3, 5.
Yeah, it just seems pretty unintelligible to you.
I just go,
Secrets. Okay. Dealing with some heavy stuff, y'all. Is there... I look around for the oldest,
the worst
most
Victoria's
arcane...
Secret ad ever.
Secrets! It's the heavy metal collection. I look around for the oldest, most arcane book. Because I'm familiar with these books. And my brain knows danger when it feels it.
yeah.
You go ahead, you grab a book. This looks different from the Key of Stars that you've been looking through earlier. Ooh. This one, aside from being simply an instruction manual or a historical guide, this seems to be an actual instructional tome. This book seems to be filled with a number of very high-level warlock spells that you can learn upon further study.
I tuck that into my bra. I'm just kidding. I put it into my pram.
Okay.
I ask Lucky to help me to my feet. Can you get me up?
Yeah. Come on. Take it slow. Good. Here we go.
Wow. And I lean upon him.
Oh. And they can't see me making a little interested face like, what's happening here?
Lucky is completely unaware of what's going on.
Sights only set on one.
So you guys are at the lake. Papa has stormed off back towards the house, and you are left with Auntie's body and a poisoned bottle of wine.
I then look at Edwin. Edwin, take off your jacket.
Oh.
What?
Take off your jacket.
Why?
I'm going to wrap your mom in your jacket, and we have to drag her away. We're going to take the body with us. Take off your jacket.
Okay. I take off my jacket.
I grab in the jacket, I walk over to Auntie's body, wrap the jacket around Auntie, and I tie it at the top. I make some rope thing.
Are you good at knots?
Delilah doesn't know anything about ropes. I don't know. Then I
She ties a bow with the sleeve.
Super cute bow.
Yeah, it's like a cutesy little bow with the jacket sleeves.
Yes.
It's totes adorbs.
I tie a bow, and then I grab the chicken bones out of my pocket, and I look at Lucky. Lucky, come here.
That's
Lucky,
good.
Lucky.
All right. Lucky does not listen to you.
Okay, I then turn to Edwin, and I give him the chicken bones. You take care of him. You take care of Lucky, and I'll take care of your mom, okay?
Lucky doesn't listen to me. That's why I thought he sucked. He doesn't listen to me anything I say. Watch. Lucky, bark.
No. Just kidding. Just kidding. Lucky rolls over.
There's nothing I can do to make him follow
Okay,
me.
but he likes you. Out of all of us, he was your dog. Are you going to leave him in the forest again?
Look, I don't know what to tell you, but he doesn't listen to me. Lucky, if you want to follow us, you can, but I doubt you want to.
I then look at Lucky and try one more time. Lucky! Lucky! Just come here, right now. Lucky!
You can tell that works actually a little bit better, but he's still not following.
I didn't throw the chicken bones at Lucky.
Okay.
And I storm off, and I go back to the water where I found my axe.
Okay. Are you carrying Auntie to the water, or?
No, I'd left her body there.
Oh, okay.
I
Cool.
just want to go double check the water.
Sweet.
I go double check the water, and I start moving my hands in the water. Do I find anything else?
Roll investigation.
13. Oh, yeah.
Okay, I'm going to say you don't find any objects in the water.
Okay.
But what you do find is these footprints that led out to the edge of the lake have very distinct boot prints on the bottom. And so if you were to search everyone's shoes, you could potentially find a print that matches.
Okay. Okay, good to know. Okay. I then look at the footprints, and then I make a mental picture of
Yep.
what's going on.
Got it. Write that down on a paper plate. Yeah.
Edwin's gone. Click. This is mine.
Mental picture.
So then I walk back then to Auntie, and I pick up the bow tie that I made with his jacket.
Uh-huh.
I then look at Edwin. Edwin, I need you to carry that axe, okay?
Sure. I guess. So I go and get the axe.
Cool. Luckily, Auntie's pretty easy to pick up. She's like a third of the weight that, she would have been
Okay.
otherwise.
Okay. I then start dragging Auntie on that jacket, walking to follow Papa.
Okay. You guys head back towards the house.
As we're walking, I just go, Do you remember that riddle she used to tell us?
Who?
Mom? Auntie?
Oh!
It just
You want to tell me a riddle right now?
Nah, I just-
Yeah, sure. Let me just drop the dead body I'm carrying, which is your mother, real quick.
Nah, it
I
just,
then cross my arms and I'm looking at Edwin. Tell me a riddle.
it just hit me that, like, I used to try to prove to my mom that I was smart, and she used to tell me a riddle, and she said if I solved it, then I was smart. And I guess I just realized that I'm never going to get the answer. I have it written down somewhere, and I pull out a piece of paper, and I go, I'm both a killer and a savior. It depends on those who wield me. I will bring you from deep water to the shallows. Or maybe I could be the one who will hang you on the gallows. What am I?
And you don't have the answer?
No?
Edwin, did Auntie read this to you?
Yeah, she did.
Was this in a book in the study when you would go to the study?
No, I don't think so. No, she just every night she'd tuck me in and she'd be like, "Did you solve it?" And I guessed everything. I guessed ceiling fan. I guessed watermelon. I guessed ice cream. I even said me one time.
You?
Yeah, but that was just because I ran out of ideas. But it was never right.
Okay, before we leave the attic, I feel like we didn't really look around.
No.
Yeah,
So-
no, I'm going to go investigate the desk.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Lucky checks with Zippy. You good? You all right?
I pull my arm away, realizing my brief moment of weakness, and just start brushing
Okay,
off
Lucky-
my outfit.
Completely oblivious, walks over to the desk, and without touching anything, he's investigating. Maybe he could do a roll of some kind.
I actually don't
desk.
think you need to roll for this one.
I'm just going to look at the desk.
You find that the books in active use on the desk, whoever is operating within this room seems to be ignoring the more lore side of things and simply focusing on the power. All of the papers spread out over the desk are all warlock spells and components and ingredients and gathering methods in order to cast a huge array of very powerful both attack and protection spells. It seems whoever has been working at this desk lately has been preparing for a massive confrontation.
Well, this is outside my wheelhouse, guys. You know the arcane. You know things about spells. Both of you, right? Posey, Zippy?
Yeah.
I do know one of the oldest languages, and I'm not talking about Lithuanian, which actually happens to be one of the oldest languages. Fun fact.
That's
Wow.
fascinating.
yeah,
Interesting.
that fun?
Love
We should learn more about Lithuania.
We
on
love
this
should.
podcast.
Lithuania.
Beautiful
I
flatlands.
just love the Baltic states.
Old growth forests. Anyway, moving on.
So we come over and look as well. We all take this information in, but there's nothing else to find here on the desk, right?
It's just more of the same. It's a lot of material on learning to be an exceptionally powerful warlock.
Okay, we take note of some of the spells and
Some of the astrological alignment data
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
I try to find the lowest level spell and learn it.
Okay. Yeah, that'll be fun. You open up Do you want to pick a type of spell that you're looking for, or are you just like pick an easy spell and let's learn
I
it?
want an attack spell.
You pick up what looks to be one of the most well-worn pages in all of these books, and you begin reading the incantation, and as you study the page, you begin to feel yourself imbued with a certain level of power. Ooh. And as you reach the end of the script, I'm going to have you roll a strength saving throw.
Oh no. Oh no.
2.
Okay, so what I'm going to do with that is you have now gained the ability to cast the Eldritch Blast spell one time.
Okay, do I know what this spell is?
A beam of crackling energy streaks towards a creature within range. Make a ranged spell attack against the target. On a hit, the target takes 1d10 force damage. Oh,
He can only use it once, but he can save it for as long as he wants.
Okay.
What? Okay, fine, whatever. I'm just happy I learned something.
I watched him fail epically, but I'm proud of him and like the idea. I see a fire spell that I actually remember learning part of once before, but I never mastered it. But it has the final cantation in here I've never seen. And so I begin reading it to take on this fire spell.
Excellent. Okay, give me a strength saving throw.
Oh, 19.
19. So you keep this scroll with you. You have now gained the Sacred Flame spell, and you're going to be able to cast this once per day as long as you have the scroll on your person.
Oh, okay.
I'm literally so excited and mad. I love this.
Flame-like radiance descends on a creature that you can see within range. The target must succeed on a dexterity saving throw or take 1d8 radiant damage. The target gains no benefit from cover for this saving throw.
That's almost what Dad did.
It's almost
Papa
like
did.
what Daddy did.
That we didn't know
we don't know
about.
about. So I imagine Daddy just...
I love that your character like, imagine Daddy doing this.
I love that you have your jacket off. You're like wearing it off one shoulder.
Bites your lower lip.
Secrets.
By Ambers of Endale. Okay, so we've got this. Do we want to look at any, we want things that are unseen. I feel like you hide things from us.
Any weapons?
I constantly hide things from you.
Team.
As you guys are continuing to search the room, you hear footsteps climbing up the ladder into the room. You see Papa's face poke up into the attic room.
Hey, Dick.
Hello.
I don't say anything, so he doesn't know I'm there.
Yes, excellent.
He looks at you. He looks down. He looks back up, and he says, "Y'all been digging in the graveyard again?"
Oh, because of the...
Why?
Because
Because there's a mangled 100-year-old corpse
Oh, yeah.
laying around. And I'm like, that was your butler. Did you know he was possessed by the emissary of Kaifon?
He goes, Pendleton?
Yeah. You're kind of a shit warlock, aren't you?
Yeah.
He just agrees.
I walk over and give him a hand up. Because I'm like, sweet, this guy's being honest, finally.
Okay.
Okay, sweet. Yeah, he defeated. He knows he's been got. He surprisingly just seems defeated by the fact that Pendleton was under his nose the entire time. Not surprised, just sad.
Yeah.
So he climbs up into the attic with you guys, and he says, well, this is where I was going to bring you anyways. So as long as Delilah and Edwin get here soon enough, we can have a conversation finally.
Well, since you're here, what were you going to show us when you brought us here?
We got a fight coming up, and it's time for me to prepare you.
So I assume this fight has something to do with whatever Zippy saw through that telescope.
You look through the telescope, you idiot.
I don't want to talk about it.
Well, of course you don't want to talk about it. I doubt you'll be able to talk about it for a while.
Well, did you really have to leave your telescope pointed towards that thing?
Well, I didn't know when
you
the
had guests
eclipse
in the
was going to
house?
be.
Oh, really, really irresponsible.
People don't come up here, Zippy. Y'all broke into my private study.
Fair enough.
He does have a point, yeah.
All right.
That's on us.
Yeah.
This whole time, I've peeled open that old, ancient, archaic book, and I'm looking for anything that might be useful, but kind of quietly, kind of maybe on the other side of the pram.
So there's just a book slowly flipping its own pages.
Papa probably
in
doesn't
a
see it. It's just like on
pram.
the other. It's like on the other side of the pram.
So he says, well, everyone, choose your weapon, I guess. And he's going to allow you to take any single item in this room that you want to grab, with the exception of Posey, because he doesn't know you're here, but I'm going to give you one spell from that book. So I have here a pile of every item, magical and non-magical, in the game of D&D, and I'm going to let Lucky and Zippy grab one each at random, and that is going to be their weapon for this fight.
All right, I'm drawing a card.
This is good. This is good. You need this.
I have acquired the Headband of Intellect. Your intelligence score is 19 while you wear this headband. It has no effect on you if your intelligence is 19 or higher without it. I'm going to smart some smartiness now.
I pulled
That's what I've always said.
the dancing sword. Apparently it's very rare. I have got like 4 at home, so I don't buy what this is talking about. You can use a bonus action to toss this magical sword into the air and speak the command word. And when you do so, the sword begins to hover. It's literally like a broom from Harry Potter, but it flies up to 30 feet and attacks one creature of your choice within 5 feet of it. The sword uses your attack roll and ability to score modifier to damage rolls. Also, while the sword is hovering, you can use a bonus action to cause it to fly up to 30 feet to another spot within 30 feet from you as part of the same bonus action. And then it can attack somebody else.
So now you're playing 2 people, but one of them is a sentient weapon.
Yeah.
Y'all got some
I
good
got
stuff.
a magic sword.
There's some crap stuff in this deck, so y'all pick good weapons.
I better get a good spell, and not one that I can only use if I'm sad and alone for one time, whatever that condition was.
All right, Posey, you're flipping through the pages. You find at the very back of one of the books, you find an incredibly rare and hard to master spell. This isn't going to be a spell that you acquire permanently. This is going to be a spell that you can read from this page. When you read from it, the page burns to a crisp and you cannot use that spell again. The spell you are granted is Revivify.
Okay, I want to ask Papa. Also, where is your sister? Because she wasn't in the grave.
How far down did you dig?
Fair enough. All right. I got a little tired. I'm not going to lie.
Still no clue on who did that to your daughter?
I have my suspicions.
Now would be a great time to share them.
Okay. You hear 2 sets of footsteps coming up through the house towards the attic, and really quickly and as quietly as he can before they enter the room, he says, I can't say for sure, but do not trust Edwin. And then you guys break up into the attic.
I then fling my arms up and open the thing. I say, I need all of your shoes! Give me all of your shoes!
What?
I need to check everyone's shoes right now.
She's back.
Who has boots? Who has boots? I then start looking at shoes.
Delilah, are
wearing-
you okay?
I'm wearing
I'm fine.
boots.
I'm actually really fine. I think I know what I'm doing now for the first time. And I think I have an idea. I need to look at shoes. Who has boots?
And I show that I'm wearing my my old combat boots that I got when I was in the army in the Griffin Rider Corps.
Okay, it's not those. I don't think it's those shoes.
I show you the bottom of mine, or I'll show you my boots, which are
Oh, those are
Very fashionable.
very, very fashionable, and the heel is quite high, but also sensible enough that I can run in marshland with them.
I just look at them and I go, those are really cute. I then look over at Papa.
Uh-huh.
Your shoes!
All right, my shoes. And he like pulls off his shoes and shows them to you. They're not a match.
They're not a match.
I run over to the pram and very secretively reach in around where Posey's feet should be, seeing if I can grasp a shoe. And if I pull it out, is it invisible?
So as soon as you pull the shoe off his body, it becomes visible.
And now holding a shoe. Well, I just am trying to get you cleared for. I don't know what she's looking for. So is this
What?
helpful?
It's not a match.
No.
Oh, never mind then. And I put it in my pocket.
I then look over at the old body that's there.
Pendleton.
Pendleton.
Oh yeah, down at the bottom of the ladder. They're whatever was shoes on that thing, they're gone.
Okay.
Yeah, this body has been rotting for a century.
Okay. I then go, who's that?
We got to catch up on some stuff. That's Pendleton.
I immediately look at Edwin.
Also me.
Wait. Y'all killed Pendleton.
Guys, I don't think we should be talking about this right now with Edwin. This is a very complicated situation.
Technically, I killed the emissary of Kaifon.
He was possessed. There was something inside of him, Edwin. It wasn't. I don't.
You killed Pendleton.
No,
Well-
guys, we need to stop talking. We should not talk about Pendleton right now. Just
Why?
Edwin's mom.
My mom died.
Oh, crap.
At the lake with you?
Well, I didn't do it. Someone did. And the dog, Lucky, we found Lucky. You'll meet him and maybe. I don't actually know where he is. He's eating chicken bones probably somewhere. But
Honestly,
yeah.
it's not even important right now. It's not.
Well,
I pick up my shoe and I show Hope.
well, Edwin, I know it's not you. You would never hurt me.
Is it a match?
Do you look?
I don't look at his shoes.
Okay, you don't look at his shoes.
I walk over to Edwin and put my arm around his shoulder, and I'm like, "Hey, man, I'm sure you're having a tough time right now. You're
Yeah.
probably
This week's been rough. You put a knife to my throat. Everyone here thinks I'm a killer. My mom died. You killed my best friend who was my butler. I'm not having a good week. So if you could back the off me, that'd be great.
But it sounds like your dog came back. I mean, I love dogs. Is he here? Is he? No, never mind.
Papa has been shuffling around on his desk, like clearly noticing his papers have been messed with, but he doesn't really care too much. And he grabs one paper off of the desk and he says, "Excellent. This is all well and good. Now that you all have your weapons, I just got one more thing to say. I'm sorry, and trust me." And then he holds the scroll up and in a booming voice says, "Sleep."
Please tell me that's an intelligence saving throw.
Everyone in the room passes out.
Everyone?
Everyone in the room passes out.
Wait, are we gonna see Mother?
This is a dreamless sleep.
Oh,
Okay, we all fall to
Oh,
the floor,
mother.
except mine says
Sorry, your mom.
magic cannot put me to sleep.
Wait, where did you say that? How did you where did you get this at? Where is that? How did you get this?
When you said nice, your eyes said, "Damn you."
Yes, that's exactly how I feel. I'm both very impressed and very pissed
Oh
off.
shit! I got Fey ancestry too.
Yeah! But do we make eye contact and pretend to fall asleep?
I look around at what's happening and I see Zippy standing there, and I fake pass out.
Same. We both make eye contact,
Yes.
and then we both just.
Yes.
I make it look really good. I actually bump my elbow pretty bad.
Mine looks like much better than his. So however you imagine his looking.
That's really cool.
That tracks.
I love it too because I'm just like comfy in the pram.
You
And no one knows I'm there, but you two, who happen to stay awake.
That's the thing. Papa knocked you out, but he doesn't know you're
doesn't know you're
there.
there.
Unless he noticed the book flipping its own pages earlier.
You guys all fall to the ground, whether conscious or unconscious. That's such a brilliant play, dang it. Papa, sensing that he is in this room alone, or so he thinks, he kind of kneels down next to Delilah first. You'll see that he is now full on crying. And he sort of touches a finger to Delilah's face and he says, "I'm going to make this right, honey." And he begins tying up Delilah. And when he's done tying up Delilah, he moves on to Edwin and ties up Edwin. And then he moves on to tying up Zippy, and then he moves on to tying up Lucky. And one by one, he begins taking you guys all downstairs. And for pure reasons of dramatic tension, Posey, you wake up to an empty room.
Well, damn. Immediately, I am like, that was a very restful sleep that I probably leveled up and no.
You know what, Posey? I'm going to give you your other leg back.
Yeah. Oh, I actually.
So do I get to like level up
For
though? Or is
sheer
that just
force
like
of will. No, I ain't leveling you up. But
But you can walk now.
I got both legs.
yeah, you got both
Which
legs.
is good
You can
because I
walk.
was really planning on just throwing me in the pram downstairs.
Yeah, the only thing you still got is half a mouth of missing teeth, you know.
Oh,
but
perfect. We can work with
We
that.
can work with that.
I'm in a good place to help. And I immediately try to see if there's any way to follow where everyone went. If it's like dragging things, if it's like people were a little bloodied here and there. I'm assuming there's just like trails to follow.
Did he drag us through the corpse and leave a little trail of goo?
Oh,
Or did he,
that's
like-
delightful? Yeah.
Or did like all the boots in the water and like, you know,
No, and
the corpse.
we're awake, so could we leave him a little trail?
That's right.
Even if
Little
you're like
Hansel and Gretel
spitting.
trail.
Like literally, how many butter knives do you have on you?
Zippy rolls over
Okay.
and just lets it drag him down.
As he's dragging me down through the trap door that enters into the thing,
Yeah.
I'm going to say there's one little rusty nail sticking out. And as he drags me over, I'm going to flop limply my arms so that where he tied up my hands just drags across the rusty nail to see if it can like pull
break
the
the binds.
one thread out of the binds, and it's like pulling a thread out of a sweater.
I'm gonna go ahead and make a disadvantage dexterity roll because you're pretending to be asleep.
Yeah, oh yeah. No, that's definitely a disadvantage. Ooh, 9.
Okay, so you were able to leave a thread behind, but not enough to break your binds.
But he can follow it.
Yeah, he could follow that if he finds that clue.
Do you remember the frozen corn dog that I stole from the?
Yes.
I just start reaching my hands into my pocket and break up little breadcrumbs.
A trail of cornbread crumbs.
Corn dog breadcrumbs.
This is so cute. Okay, make a stealth
Lucky
roll.
comes walking behind you and eats all of them.
And then you get lost.
Oh, I was gonna say, lucky
You get
you or
lost, you're
lucky
like,
the
where-
dog.
My first order of business with Lucky is to take away those chicken bones because that's a hazard. All right. First off.
Seriously.
I was stressing out. You too.
Oh, dude.
I was like, not the dog and the chicken. Anyways.
Yeah, okay, make a stealth roll to see if you can chunk apart this corn dog.
Okay,
What'd you roll?
that's a 3. I actually just realized I was hungry as I get the corn dog out, and I actually just eat it. And I'm just left with a stick, and I'm like, damn it.
Like a path would really help, but
I'm going to need my strength, too.
exactly. You gotta keep your strength up. Okay, so back to Posey. These are the clues you guys were able to leave. Great job.
But
Is Zippy leaving any
I'm
clues?
still gonna keep trying to leave him something. Can I keep
just
going
feel
in my
like
pocket?
dragging. I don't know if that's how Papa's moving people, but if he's dragging 4 bodies, there's got to be some very clear symbols of where people have been.
Yeah, go ahead, roll nature for me.
Ooh, happens to be one of my skills. 18.
Dang. Okay, so the first thing you notice is there's just the faintest little sludge trail from when the bodies were dragged through Pendleton's rotting biddies. And you notice that those go downstairs onto the main floor. And on the main floor again, you notice there's a nail sticking out of the floor with a little bit of clothing and twine kind of caught onto it that looks as if someone was dragged across the floor.
And I recognize those drab clothing. I'm like, oh, it's got to be Lucky's clothes. Gross.
Yeah, gross.
I know fashion.
Yeah.
Or at least quality.
And you're able to follow that into the servants' passageways and down into the cellar. And in the cellar, you find nothing but a few corn dog crumbs at the face of a solid stone wall.
And I'm like, Edwin. So I see it at the wall. They come into the wall, and I'm like, okay. I start investigating to see I start pushing on stones. I pull out a butter knife, and I'm doing that thing where I hit around, trying to see if I locate anything.
Roll investigation.
I don't know if we mentioned this, but like I have the pram with me.
You brought the pram the whole
Yeah,
time.
there's like a bunch of stuff in it. Yeah, of course. Mainly, I guess I can like at this point. I guess if I have a place like because I have a book, pages, and like several butter knives, so I stick them on my persons.
Okay. I love this idea that like you go full Yoda with this. Where like you're fully mobile, but you still choose to like ride around in the.
Yeah. Okay. I keep the pram. I like that too. Actually.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm a person who collects things, and I
When,
think it'd be interesting.
when he healed your leg, I had actual sadness come on.
Don't worry, you'll still be able to
I'm
push
like
me around.
that parent who has like a child they keep sick so that they can be like,
Munchausen by proxy.
The thing is, what's gonna happen is y'all don't know my leg is healed.
but you just like that I keep you with
I'm just
me.
not gonna tell you. Okay, I rolled a B and it said 22.
You rolled a nat 20, myself.
Okay. Whatever, it's fine. So you notice that down about 3 feet above the floor, there is a sigil of Kaifon inscribed into the stone.
So that's basically at face height because he's sitting in a pram.
Exactly. Yep.
I mean,
right in front of his
I've-
face.
At this point, I sat in the pram to be a little think about this.
Yeah, he rolls right up and he's like, "There's the doorknob."
The sigil of Kaifon.
I
I know this sigil. I've seen it in the book on the dagger.
And you also notice that the coffin that Lucky had told you last night was down here is gone. And so you inspect this sigil of Kaifon,
Whose
inscribed on the
body did
stone.
I leave under the coffin?
Huck's body is still in the basement.
Okay, I grab one of his boots and put it in the pram.
well,
Because I know she was wanting to know, and I was
and
like,
I have your other shoe, so maybe you just put it on.
Oh, I just about put it together. That's smart.
yeah, I was like, well, she might need to see it, so I grabbed one of his boots. What else do I notice about this? The coffin's gone.
The coffin is gone, and you notice on the sigil there is a drop of blood that someone has smeared onto the sigil recently.
Oh, so I press the sigil.
Uh-huh.
Does anything happen?
Nothing happens when you just press on it simply.
So I see there's blood. I'm assuming it has to be a family member, but I try. I look for something sharp. Maybe there's like a little splinter or two left behind. I jab my finger and I put it on the sigil.
There's a corndog stick.
Corndog stick.
Yeah, the
Right.
corn dog stick.
There's got to be more sharp things.
You snap the corn dog stick in
I was going
half
to say
and prick
butter
your
knife, but I feel
finger.
like it's a really bad idea.
That's a horrible idea. Please don't do that.
So I put my own blood on the sigil.
Okay, sweet. So you stick it on, and you can feel that same surge of warlock power that you felt a couple of times reading from the book. And with a small breath, the wall cracks open and slides aside to reveal a straight, dark passageway leading out into the night.
Wow. I look in this basement for any weapons.
You can't find any weapons, but you can find there are lots of like metal wall sconces that would usually bear torches. So I guess you could technically use that for something.
A wall sconce or a torch?
Wall sconces, they're empty.
Yeah, I leave a wall sconce. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I just grab it. I put it in the pram.
Nice. Okay, rip it off, put it in the pram.
Cool. And I'm hightailing it, following this. I got this rolly pram. I use it kind of like like a scooter where I'm like pushing and like jump up like a cart at Costco where you're going to put it back and you like jump on and ride it for a second. I'm moving.
Do you say we?
Of course. But I say it quietly because I want to give myself away.
At the end of this very long tunnel, you break out into the basement of a stone building.
Ooh.
You have not seen this building before, at least from the inside.
The mausoleum.
You walk up a set of stone steps and find yourself in the back of the stone mausoleum from the family cemetery. At the front of the mausoleum, there is a marble altar, absolutely soaked with blood. That blood, from what you can tell, is a few days old, but absolutely drenched in it. On the altar is Edwin, tied up and asleep.
Oh.
In the pews of the mausoleum, weird that a mausoleum would have pews, but in the pews of the mausoleum leading up to the altar is the rest of your party, all entrapped in a glowing magical cage. Papa is in the process of removing Delilah from that cage and waking her up as you enter the room. Do you want to do anything?
Yes, I, quiet as a mouse, put as many butter knives in my pocket as I can. And I take off my shoes. I walk over to the cage. Can I
Okay.
reach through this cage?
You cannot.
Oh. Can they reach through it to me?
No. Only Papa is able to sort of break through this barrier.
This is what I'm thinking, okay? I know that we have to kill this Kaifon dude, and he's going to come for someone in order to get rid of Kaifon, which is what we want to do.
Probably.
Probably.
That sounds like a
Yeah.
good idea.
I don't want Edwin to die, but I know that we have to destroy the altar as Kaifon stands upon it. I shuffle back to my book and see if I can learn anything about that cage.
So you can tell from the book that this is Force Cage that he has
Force
cast.
cage. Okay.
An immobile, invisible, cube-shaped prison composed of magical force springs into existence around an area, blah, 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 blah. The prison can be a cage or a solid box. In this case, it is a cage. You can't get through it by non-magical means.
If he's conscious, or if he's unconscious, does the cage still stand?
No.
So he has entered the cage and he's picking up Delilah to bring her out of the cage. She couldn't move through the cage on her own. When he's carrying her out, she can pass through it with him.
Yes, it becomes clear that he is using magical means to enter and leave this cage.
As Richard is carrying unconscious Delilah through the cage,
Yeah.
I burst out of my now weakened bonds. So
Yes.
I assume that'll be a strength check.
Yep.
Yeah, it's just a regular old strengthy strength. Don't.
Wait, but maybe like. I'm gonna whisper to him.
What'd
Tell
you
me your plan so I can help you. You spaz.
What'd you get?
It's a 4.
Ah, you're pretty tied up, buddy.
Pretty tight. How, like, are my wrists just bound together or am I like,
Your wrists are tied, your feet are tied.
Okay.
And he has attempted to gag all of you at this point.
I'm going to go ahead and say that he dragged me by the feet. Everyone else, he grabbed their arms and was dragging, and me, he's just like, this keeps calling me dick. He's just dragging me by the feet.
He made sure you hit every rusty nail.
Boom, 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 boom. There's just scrapes all over me. But I can take it because I'm a tough guy.
Okay,
Anyway.
so if you're stuck, what's your second part?
I'm tied up, but I still sort of lunge and grab at his ankle with my bound hands as he is passing through the portal.
Okay, so just reach at him with your bound hands.
Yep.
Make a dexterity roll.
Okay. 16.
So with your bound hands, you were able to launch out of your fake sleepy state and grab him by the ankle as he pulls Delilah through the force cage. He looks down at you and he says, please. And he just kicks you in the head. As your hands come into contact with the force cage, you are met with that magical barrier and your hands are ripped off of Delilah's foot as it gets dragged through the cage. Papa gently shakes Delilah awake. He says, Delilah, it's the end game now. I told you to trust me. I know you have no reason to, but you have to trust me.
What?
I did this for a reason, and it's going to hurt, but it's going to be okay. We just need one more cycle, and I can figure this out.
What do you mean? What are you doing? What are you doing right now? Are you going to kill me?
The life of the
Are you
youngest.
killing me?
The life of the youngest at the hands
Please,
of a
no,
sibling.
Please don't kill me. Please don't kill me.
I'm
Please
not
don't
going to
kill
kill
me. Please
you.
don't kill
You're
me.
going to kill Edwin. That idiot Lucky was a lot smarter than I gave him credit for. Edwin's not your cousin, Delilah. He's your half-brother.
I f***ing knew it!
But he says all you have to do is plunge the ritual dagger into his chest. And this can all be over. I promise we can find a way to defeat him next cycle. I just don't think we're ready yet.
I can't kill him.
You have to, Delilah. It's him or all of us. We made him to save you. You have to understand this. Everything I did was for you.
But Edwin's good.
I know he's good. But we didn't have another choice. I can't let my Delilah die again.
I want to tell Papa, I believe you. I think this is a great idea. I have the dagger. I have
Give me
the
2
dagger.
seconds. I
Do you
gotta
want the
think
dagger?
about this real quick. Oh my gosh.
So she's thinking about this. I have snuck over to the cage while they're there. And I'm like, I see Lucky, and I know that Lucky and Zippy are awake because I see them moving. And I'm like, okay, guys, listen. This is your boy, Posey. I'm here. Don't worry. I'm armed with tons of butter knives and stones. Okay, no, but basically, I'm like, okay, listen. We got to get Kaifan here. I have a spell that can bring someone back. Maybe this sacrifice isn't a bad idea. She sacrifices him. He comes. We destroy the altar. I bring him back. And we can finish the cycle. What do you think?
No, I think this is a great plan. Let me try and convince Papa to let me out of the cage. I'm going to bring him the dagger. Papa, Richard, Daddy, Dick Father.
Dick Father.
I'm working with whatever you want me to call you.
Someone definitely has that name on
Delilah,
Twitter somewhere.
listen to me. I know you don't trust any of us, but I feel like your dad's plan is the only way that we're going to be able to extend this time for your family. I think he's just trying to buy you some time. I have the dagger. Will you let us out? We're here to help you.
I don't know who to trust. I don't know what's going. Okay.
I'm so sorry I put you in this position, but there's nothing else we can do.
Do not talk to me right now.
Okay.
Let me think.
You're right. He walks over to the cage while Delilah is thinking, and he reaches a hand through the magical bars of the cage, and he says, I promise I'll let you out when the time comes. I hope you understand I cannot trust you yet. And he holds out his hand for the dagger.
You better let us out when Kaifan shows up.
When
We're
the
gonna help.
sacrifice is complete, you are free. I promise. I need your help.
Okay. I want the dagger. I'll kill him.
Okay.
Papa doesn't look happy, but he looks a little more at peace.
I'll give it to Delilah. I can't give it to you. I'll give it to Delilah. Can she come get it?
Papa puts his hand on Delilah's shoulder, and Delilah now gains the ability to reach through the magical shield if she so wishes.
I then go through it.
You reach through, you grab the knife from Zippy.
I have the dagger in my hand. I slowly walk over back to Edwin. I then walk over to Edwin's shoes.
It's a match.
It's half a life, but I'm still living it. Yeah, it's a shallow breath, but I'm still breathing it.
Murder, She Rolled stars Hope Vandermeiden as Delilah Winthrop, Ethan Vandermeiden as Edwin Winthrop, Alan Seawright, that's me, as Lucky Kurtzel, Stacey Harkey as Posey Bourgeon, and Shona Kay as Amber Zippy Ziffendell. Our DM is David Sant. Our theme song is Half-Life by Glyph Society. Murder, She Rolled is edited by David Sant. It is mixed by Alan Seawright. And please leave us a 5-star review, a thumbs up, or just tell your friends about this show, because we'd really like to have more people listen to this show, because we think it's good and maybe you do too. But even if you don't tell anyone. We apologize for being a little late with this episode, but come back on May 13th for episode 6 of Murder, She Rolled.
Yeah, it's a everlasting